So I wanted to talk about how to overcome creative blocks. So for me, when I'm developing software, which is my creative output, I find that my biggest struggle is not technical. It's not figuring out what to do. It's more just perfectionism. For me, that's really the central cause for my procrastination. And it's very subtle because um, with perfectionism, sometimes you're not really procrastinating on doing the creative work. You end up doing things that you can trick yourself into feeling are productive, like additional research or just trying to plan everything out in perfect detail and all that stuff. And it does feel productive, and that's why it's a tricky trap. So, one thing that I've been thinking about and that I've found helped me overcome some of that is what I call resetting the range. So, one of the things that we do as creative people, no matter what it is you're doing, so you're writing or doing software or painting, anything, is we consume a lot of the media that we in, want to produce, and usually we consume a lot of high quality media, and that's actually essential in order to be able to produce good quality work. But it's a bit of a trap when all of the media that you consume is extremely high quality. And you can probably see where this is going, is that essentially you start developing this level of expectation for what that work should look like, right? So like if you're painting and you only see the masters of whatever field that you're interested in, it starts setting your expectations extremely high. And it's a little obvious, but what's great about that is that you can use that in reverse to really help you overcome any creative block you're having. And the way to do that is to simply consume bad media. Actually, it seems weird, but it does really work. I found this myself, that for a long time I've been wanting to write, and in many ways I have to not do that right now because I'm focusing on developing software. But the biggest impulse I've had to write in recent times came from I just randomly downloaded a collection of science fiction short stories, and the the thing that was great about it is that there were some really good stories in there, but there's also some that I thought were not that great. And I'm thinking that I spent, like, for me, being a perfectionist, even buying or choosing what to watch, let's say if I'm talking about movies, or choosing what to read if I'm talking about books, I spend a lot of time looking at reviews, looking at ratings, and like I spend a lot of time trying to find like the best thing that I could be watching or viewing. Or sometimes it's a little frustrating. So if I'm gonna, we're gonna watch a movie with a family, it's like, okay, Papa's gonna go choose a choose a movie, and I sit there, with like Metacritic, and anyway, it's a problem. But it's a problem not just because it takes time, but it's also a problem because when it comes to media that you eventually want to produce or that you are producing, it completely skews your perception of where you are in terms of your own skills. And if you have a perfectionist tendencies, then that's a problem. And so when I was reading this book with a wider range of quality, let's say, it really made me feel like, um, you know, it gave me a sense that wherever I think I am, if I'm always comparing to the top, it's very discouraging, right? But by seeing the broad range of what is published work, you see that you're not starting at completely zero, or that you can always find somewhere where you feel that you can do better than a certain thing. And saying it like that is a bit weird. It's like you're trying to find bad work in order to encourage yourself to do good work. But it really helps because um, the way that we are able to control the media that we consume makes it that it's completely unrealistic what we expect of ourselves as creators. And I think in large part, it's because it's so easy to find good quality media, and it's it almost takes effort not to do that. Like, things are tailored to you, to your taste, so you're always going to find things that are really high quality. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but anyway. So if you're having trouble with a particular creative project, whether it's writing or painting or so on, you can try that. It's something that you can sprinkle in a little bit of, let's just look at some bad movies if you're thinking of writing a screenplay or something, right? And it is extremely encouraging to do that. And it helps you see that simply being a creator puts you in a very like the ratio of people who consume any given media to the number of people who produce that media is very small. And just being able to get over any blocks that prevent you from producing are going to help you in the long run, because really it's great to have this perceptual exposure, this like constant input of high quality, because it's what allows you to develop great taste for that, whatever it is that you create. So, and then when you have when you are creating, then that taste is what helps you make good work. But if your issue is being blocked, and not necessarily not knowing what good looks like, if your issue is actually being blocked, then you should go to the other extreme. And just playing with those two extremes of what media you consume until the point where the ratio of your output is high enough. So you can't always be producing more than you consume. I mean, it's just much easier to consume, and it's not a bad thing to do so. I mean, like it's enjoyable to, whatever it is that you're into, it's enjoyable to consume that. And that's another reason why I can't find a better word than consume, but because it has negative connotations. But input output maybe is a better neutral way of saying it. So if you're currently stuck with something creative, if you're having writer's block or anything like that, try it. Just try some bad reading some bad books in whatever it is that you're looking at. And if perfectionism isn't just a occasional issue for you, I'm also going to recommend a book that for me, because it's not an occasional issue, I found extremely helpful, because it's not just theory on perfectionism and explaining to you what it is. It's actually very, very concrete advice for what to do about it. And it's really helped me. I wouldn't be doing these videos, this video, I'm going to start doing some more videos, if it weren't for being able to overcome some of my perfectionism. So the book is this one, How to Be an Imperfectionist by Stefan Gies. And it's pretty short, and it's very geared towards application. So the beginning is mostly theory, but theory always geared towards helping you understand why certain techniques work so that you trust them. And when it comes to the solutions, they're all summarized at the end, in the last few pages, very concretely and concisely. So I highly recommend that. A little bit more philosophical when it comes to perfectionism and just being able to let go a little bit, I also recommend Improv Wisdom by Patricia Ryan Madsen. It's a short, also not very long book, just going through certain principles from improv and how they can apply to a freer life philosophy. So check those out, and I'll see you next time I do a video on probably creative things and perfectionism. It's a big subject that I like I said, it's a big block for me, so I tend to do a lot of thinking around how to overcome it, and I've been making more progress lately with that, and so I want to share some of those techniques. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.